In this lesson, we'll learn how to apply multiple individual queries as part of the same search using compound queries. A compound query is a set of interrelated searches seeking a conjunction of terms matching all of a set of any number of individual searches, or a disjunction of terms matching a specified minimum number among a set of searches, or a boolean search where terms must, should, or must not match a set of any number of conjoined and/or disjoined queries. With compound queries, you are assigning an array of individual queries, then defining their relationship. If you want terms to match all queries in the set, you assign this array to the conjuncts field name as your query type. The array contains one or more other queries, each configured as we've already seen, as though it were an independent query. The results will be those values at the intersection of all the searches you define for the set, one, and the next, and the next. The syntax for a disjunction query is the same. You assign one or more individual queries to an array as a set assigned to the disjuncts keyword in your query. You may also add a min attribute to set the minimum number of queries in the set which must be satisfied by each result. The default is 1 if you don't otherwise specify. Your results will be those terms which satisfy the minimum number of queries in the set, 1 or the next, though each term may satisfy different queries to reach that minimum. A Boolean compound search could be thought of as perhaps a meta search of a set of conjunction and/or disjunction queries. Each result must satisfy all, or a minimum number, of the individual searches in the set, depending on whether you configure the must attribute as a conjunction or a disjunction. Each result also must not satisfy, must exclude, all or a minimum number in the must not section of the query, and should satisfy all or a minimum, again, of the queries in the should section, the effect of which would be to boost their score in the results. Each of these Boolean query segments are optional, and they may each contain a set of individual queries defined for either a conjunction or a disjunction. The last piece to cover in our survey of supported queries are two technical query types which may be useful in some compound queries. A match all query matches all documents in the whole target bucket without regard to any type filter. And a match none query matches no document in the bucket, regardless of any type filter. So what have you learned here? A compound query is comprised of a set of multiple basic queries defined as a JSON array. If assigned as a conjunction, terms must satisfy all of these queries. It's an AND condition. If it's a disjunction, they must satisfy a defined minimum of those queries. Think of it as an OR. Boolean compound queries are defined by multiple disjunctions or conjunctions, each of which must not, or should be satisfied to boost the score. Additional technical queries are also available for use in compound queries to match all documents in the bucket or no documents in the bucket. In this lab, you'll work with each of the compound query types: conjunction, disjunction, and Boolean. When you're finished, come on back. Next up, we'll explore index aliasing, along with how to generate summary information using search facets.